Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Sphere Exclusives. Looking for exclusive content from your favorite podcasts here at the Sphere? Head over to sphere.tv/Patreon and sign up today. Edwards Media Solutions. Edwards Media Solutions delivers custom marketing strategies with easy-to-track results for any industry. Schedule a free consultation today at area code 832-304-5757 or visit their website at www.edwardsmediasolutions.com. Session Boutique. Session Boutique is your one-stop shop for all your fashion needs, from mom to businesswoman or just being classy and cute. Check out Session Boutique at www.shopsessionboutique.com.
Hey, yo, what's good, my peeps? Welcome to Startup Masters. That's right, the podcast that's going to drop gem after gem, nugget after nugget for all things business. See, it's not a matter of being a small, medium, large-size business. It's a matter of being a business owner. That's right. This is for all of my entrepreneurs. Doesn't matter if you're a solo entrepreneur, a mompreneur, a corpreneur, any kind of preneur. This show is designed specifically for you. That's right. When it comes to differentiators, business plans, the true, authentic goals of being in trials and tribulations of being an entrepreneur, we talk about it right here at this table. What that means, we're not just here for the glitz and glam, folks. We give it to you raw. We give it to you exactly what it is, so you, my friend, don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations that we did. We're helping you navigate. Ain't that right, G?
You know what it is. What's up, Startup Masters people? I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And this is the place to be. When we're talking entrepreneurship, we're talking about taking that business to the next level. You're in the right place. Now, every podcast not giving you the same stuff. You're not getting the true gems, the authenticity, the real trials and tribulations, the things that make you stay up at night. You're not getting that content on everybody else's show.
No.
We're giving you that real, that unadulterated content right here on the Sphere with Startup Masters. I'm excited because I like it when people who create something that's tangible that I can throw around and keep around and it's just it. I like having those type of people in the business because they can talk about supply and demand. They can talk about the manufacturing process.
Distribution.
Come on, talk to me now. There's all kind of conversations that can be had with these kind of people. I'm gonna let you do this.
No, G. I mean, you already got me fired up. I'm warmed up. I'm almost like, hey, you know me. What we doing, KG? What we doing? We about to go in.
You know, I be sitting in the got chilling, but getting it hype.
Getting it hype. Low-key hype, man.
Yeah, I'm living there lighting the fire. I'm going to have to get some flame graphics and stuff, lighting the fire.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
But speaking of fire.
Talk about it.
Camille and I met this individual a little over a year ago.
Okay.
And we knew something was up because where we met this individual was at an entrepreneurial course. It was about the development, how to get your business in front. It was a business plan competition. And the fact of the matter is that when we looked around the room, there weren't that many people that looked like us. But the one thing that caught my eye was this tangible item that was sitting next to this individual, and it was in the form of a backpack.
Come on, talk about it.
Not only was it in the form of a backpack, G, it looked like it came straight from the motherland.
Come on.
Specifically Ghana, because that's where it is curated.
Yes.
And the mission, the intent behind this creation is what's so dope about it.
Speak on it.
This individual, this mover and shaker, this innovative thought leader said, you know what? I want to create something where everyone, not just blacks, whites, African Americans, Caucasians, entrepreneurs, professionals, anybody can carry Africa on their back. I can't keep it up anymore, G. I got to bring it in.
Let's do
the
it.
CEO, the brains behind Africa on my back, Miss Shannette Prince.
What up, Shannette? Hey, how are you?
Up?
I'm doing well.
Welcome.
How are you doing? Thank you.
It sounds like it. I love your tone, the octave nature of your voice. It gets me excited. So I'm here for it. I've been trying to hold it in before the show, but I really love your voice.
It's too late. It's too late.
I'm here for
The cat is out the
I'm
bag.
buying whatever you got. Just on the sound of your voice. Whatever's happening, you got a customer right here.
Thank
What's
you.
up?
Right here.
Welcome.
That one is a little old. Got to get you some,
Some fresh.
Yes, fresh.
The fresh. What's
Yes.
up though? How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good deal. We're happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
No, thank
Happy to
you.
be
We
here.
appreciate it. We're here to tell your story.
Okay.
We're here to really dive deep, get a full understanding of what you've been through as an entrepreneur. And of course, for those that are tuned in right now on YouTube, somebody sitting in their car right now, you're listening to us on Spotify, we want to make sure that you get the full mammoth of what it's like to be an entrepreneur, the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, as we mentioned in the monologue earlier. So get your digital pass and pens, because guess what? We're about to go on this journey, this past, present, future journey through this whole pipeline of putting Africa on my back. You ready to rock with us today?
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
So let's hop in this DeLorean. We're going to hit 88 miles an hour. We're going back into time.
Okay.
And tell us when you first decided to find a very significant and thought-provoking way to put Africa on somebody's back. What was going on?
So let me take you back before I actually stepped foot in the continent. So maybe 4 or 5 summers ago, I traveled to London. It was my
Okay.
first international trip. Went to London, of course, had a great time. And while I was there, they have a large African population.
They do.
And people just kept asking me, where are you from? Where are you from? And I'd be like, I'm from Texas. From Houston.
From
They were
the
like,
States?
yes.
Yeah.
They were like, no, where are you from? And I couldn't answer that question. I was like,
Makes you think, huh?
oh, that's a great question.
Where am I from?
Right. Texas? No. That answer did not suffice, y'all. So I said, okay, I've traveled to London. I have got to get to the continent. So the next summer, I went to Ghana and had a blast. Was like, oh my gosh, I'm home. I'm here. I've made it. This is what I've been waiting all of my life for. And so, I was there hanging out with people who had repatriated to Ghana from the States, and they kept talking about just business. Like that was, what do you want to start? What do you want to do? And in the States, I was working in a nonprofit for a charter school. And so I knew that I didn't want to do anything with charity or nonprofit. I didn't want to, there are enough NGOs on the continent for a lifetime. And as I started, traveling around Ghana, and we, went to the slave dungeons, and we went to some of the open air market, Makala, I would see the businesses there, and I was like, they don't have half of what we have in the States, and these people getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
working.
I'm talking about
Grinding.
grinding. Like they don't have storefronts. They didn't have any of that. They had their products, and that was it. And I was like, okay. So got me to thinking. And so it left such a huge impact on me that about 6 months later, I took my 14-year-old at the time. And, I saw this experience that he had staying in a hostel and just opening his eyes to different people from different countries. And I was like, okay, well, I know I want to do business. I don't want to do charity. So when I got back the first time, people asked me about my backpack. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I can do something with backpacks. I was working in a school setting.
Yeah.
You always need backpacks.
Totally.
Okay, this will work out. So got back to the States and contacted one of my friends that was in Ghana. I said, send me 10 backpacks. Let me see. Let me see. Sat around with friends, and I was like, well, I want, the name. What's in the name? What's in the name? And it was like, well, it's about Africa. It's a backpack.
Sure.
We want people to always remember where they're from. We want people to always be thinking about the continent as they do things. So not only are you carrying Africa on your back, literally, I want you to be thinking about it all the time. And that's, brainstormed, and it was, well, Africa on your back. Because for me, it's something that I'm always thinking about.
Sure.
I'm always thinking about the continent. I'm always thinking about the diaspora. And it's like, this is something tangible. This is something that I can do. And I don't have to start a nonprofit. That was the big thing. So,
And the funny part is there's big profit in
come on.
nonprofit.
There you go.
Is.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it had nothing to do with the non-profit of it. It was all about the intention of it.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, it's so interesting. And when I got to, while we were in Ghana, you go to the market and they have a section of the market. Now, mind you, this market is huge. It's outdoors. There's a section of the market that is all U.S. made clothes. So all the stuff that we give to Salvation Army, all the stuff that we give to Goodwill, those clothes that we give are turned around and sold to them.
What?
Yes.
Game. Game.
Yo.
So whatever they
Nothing but
can't
profit.
sell, they turn around and they give it to, Haiti and other countries, and they sell it to them, and then they in turn have to make a profit off of that. So it was just like all the Victoria's Secret and just all types of stuff. And you're like, what? This is stuff from Goodwill.
That's crazy.
Hey, I'm not surprised at all.
I'm not surprised, but it's
Like one
it's
bit.
almost like, whoa. Now let me ask you this, because you talk about, you want us to be reminded of Africa and the continent and what's going on with that, and you also mentioned, like, in your mission statement, it's so everyone, it's inclusive. Everyone can walk around with Africa on our back.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who maybe come from different origin, who necessarily don't think they're connected to Africa? What's in it for them to walk around with Africa on their back?
So our slogan is carry Africa every day.
Yep.
And so we know that every life started on the continent, right? So whether you think you're connected or not, you are.
You better speak that truth.
Can you rewind that tape one more time?
Let me say that for you one more time, y'all.
For you all that's listening.
So everything started on the continent. So whether you think you are connected or not, this is for you. Because you are connected.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
The
indeed.
genesis is on the continent.
Come
So
on.
everything that is outside of the continent started in the continent. And now you're connected.
Yeah.
So
That's just what it is, and people don't realize that. And I don't want to belabor the point for some of you all that are probably sitting there thinking like, "Wait a minute, what?" But there is no exclusivity when it comes to human beings and races. It's one race. That's the human race. It's just what it is, and it starts in one place, right? If you're looking for some exclusivity, we've got some.
Come on, G.
Right here at the Sphere. So, if you're looking for some exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else, then look no further than our Sphere exclusives only found on Patreon. We've got some behind-the-scenes shots that are happening daily because Misha's walking around taking all kind of photos and videos throughout the whole Sphere studios. Plus, each show is curating their own exclusive episodes that are only delivered to our Patreon subscriber. And on top of all of that, we have the show from start to finish live right on our Discord server that's exclusive to that same Patreon family, where we can chat, have conversations literally from the beginning of the show all the way to the end of the show just with these individuals. So guess what, folks? You've got to sign up today at the sphere.tv/Patreon and join one of our $2, $5, or $8 tiers to get all kinds of access to that exclusive content that we're delivering no other place but at the Sphere. So shout out to our Patreon family. We appreciate you all. And we've got an episode coming up pretty shortly. I know KG and I are going to get some exclusive stuff with one of the guests and just give it out on Patreon. So make sure y'all are tuned in for that. So let me dive a bit deeper. When we're building anything, and it doesn't matter what business, whether it's Nap Bar, whether it's the Sphere, whether it's Africa on my back, there's always some hurdles. There's always some stepping stones that accidentally move to a different direction that causes you to have to pivot, that causes you a bit of turmoil, some grief. Talk a little bit about some of the things you went through during this initial stage of bringing Africa on my back to the continental U.S.
So we can talk about shipping.
Talk about
Let's
it.
talk about that.
I don't think that people realize, and I didn't realize, let me talk from my perspective. I didn't know that it would be so challenging to get my product here. And because I didn't know about like shipping containers, like, no one's really talking about that.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people are drop shipping stuff from another country and then you get it eventually. But our products are made in Ghana and then they are shipped to the U.S. And then we warehouse them and then we ship them out. Right. And so, being on top of the supply chain that's the most difficult thing for me. Y'all, I've run out of backpacks. I've had packages that never made it to the airport. Not the airport, but the post office. So on the computer, it says that there were 2 boxes dropped off, and I get to the post office, and there's only 1 box there. And the post office can't find it. So that's money that's gone because you can't get it back.
Yeah.
Having to go to a customs broker and, basically just give money away. And these are things that I had to learn in the process.
Sure.
I just thought, you stay in the States, you just get a package in the mail.
No, custom is real.
Yeah.
You get a package in the mail, and then that's it. Having stuff delayed in customs for weeks on a time, and you're just like, there's nothing that you can do. Like, literally, you are at the mercy of customs. And so that really has been, a huge challenge. I didn't really have a challenge with funding. And that's why I said that, in the teaser, like, my credit was really good. I had worked on that previously. So I was able to walk into my bank, Wells Fargo, and get a business line of credit.
Come on, Wells Fargo.
Come on, Wells Fargo, yes. And so that kind of put me in a position to where I could, get the products that I needed and that type of thing. But that shipping,
Come on.
that, and every time I place an order, I place orders ahead of time because if there is a delay, that can blow my business.
Yeah.
People, which is why I don't take pre-orders. Like, a lot of people are like, pre-orders, I don't do it because if your package doesn't come and I've gotten your money, then I have to refund you your money, which then messes with my cash flow.
Come on.
Okay, listen. You didn't drop two C words at the table that I feel we need to take a deeper dive, especially from a cultural standpoint. I don't think we could talk about credit and cash flow enough.
Yeah.
Because I think from a generational standpoint, perhaps a curse for some, money is always funny, or we're not properly taught about the benefits of credit and cash flow.
Come on, the CNC.
The CNC, right?
Yo.
And I believe, I'm confident that us around this table and those who have graced this table, we're on a mission for a generation of wealth around credit, cash flow, for legacies to come.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you started working on your credit a while back that allowed for you to be able to walk into a bank without being in business for a zillion years and get a business line of credit. Let's talk about those steps. Like, where were you in your credit journey, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
And then how did you get to where you were so that you could go into that bank with confidence, knowing I'm gonna have a line of credit?
Yeah.
And we're going to do all that right after we kill Facebook.
I got caught up. I got caught up.
No, you're fine. I did it on purpose. So Facebook, hey, we love y'all. We support y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the show. Shout out to, I see JJ's watching, Def Jeff's been in, Kyle. I see everybody who has tuned in. Thank y'all so much. If y'all have any questions for this young queen here, make sure y'all drop them in now on Facebook. We'll go back in, tag her in, and make sure we can get those questions answered. Anything about Africa on my back, we can make sure to get those questions answered to you. But you've got to go subscribe. Head over to sphere.tv/Startup Masters. We've got a few options. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeart. We're even in your home on the Amazon Alexa. We're anywhere podcasts can be found or heard. Also, at the same time, share this out. Share with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Share with your loved ones. Share with your haters. Share with anyone you know that wants to get more information when it comes to entrepreneurship. And, of course, give us that constructive criticism. We want to know how we're doing. We don't know if we're doing a great job or not, but we need you all to give us that information. And last but not least, support our mission. We're trying to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week directly to you. So the way to do that is to head over to sphere.tv /donate. You can do a one-time donation right on the website, or as I mentioned earlier, you can hop on the Patreon train and get some of this exclusive content. 'Cause guess what? For Patreon, this show is still rolling. We're going to kick it in our Discord server with our people and our subscribers there. But make sure you get this content right here at the Sphere. All right, folks, let's keep this party going. My dear, we're about to talk about credit and cash flow.
Come on,
let's drop these gems. Let's talk about it.
Credit. Make sure you have some. So I started on my journey of repairing my credit after I got my bachelor's. Right, I had all these student loans, and went through a situation where I needed an attorney for some stuff, and my credit score, I'm gonna say, it was probably like a 6 something, which I don't think is bad, but it's not the best.
Yeah, 620 or higher get you just about anything in the States.
In the States, okay. So I just started contacting, the credit bureau. I would get my annual report or whatever and look at stuff to see what's on there, what needs to be repaired, what I need to take off. Just because I'm a firm believer that you need money to do things.
Other people's money.
Yes, other people's money. And so the only way you can do that is if your credit's trustworthy. And so making sure that all of the credit cards I had been paid off, making sure that the bills were being paid on time. And so the credit history, it just kind of spoke for itself. And I don't know, y'all, I just can't be poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just, and I think we talk about it in our culture. Like, I grew up this way, right? Like, I grew up that way. And so now it's like, I can never go back there. And I want to make sure that my 2 brilliant black boys don't ever have to experience that. So I have to set them up. Like, my mother, she did what she could. And so if I am standing on her shoulders, then my son should do better than what I am. And the only way you can do that is if you have conversations around money.
Yeah.
And credit.
Yeah, we got to change that conversation, that dialogue.
Yeah. Money is to be leveraged, not just to always be spent.
Oh. That was a
Money is to be leveraged,
Dude,
not just spent.
Come on.
Done.
Come on.
Done.
People don't understand.
Oh my gosh, the power in that phrase.
Come on.
Let me take my notes.
So do that note. Let's talk about today, right? Where you're at today. Let's talk about Africa on My Back. I'm sure the people who are watching this right now, they're anxious to see this product. So let's talk about the designs, the aspect of it. And we're going to pull up the website so people can, if you're tuned in right now on YouTube or you're watching this via Apple Podcasts, take a look at these products and talk a little bit about how you all as a collective came up with the design aspects and what sells best. And, what are those best products? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we started out with just the backpack.
Okay.
And again, the artisans in Ghana, they already had the product. We just needed to fine tune some things, some functionality, some quality issues. So we talk probably 3 times a week. We do a WhatsApp call, and let's check out what fabric is hot right now. What colors are people wearing here in the States? And when we do that, we say, okay, so these are the fabrics that I want. I want the backpack to look this way, and they go from there. So I have 2 suppliers, one that's in Accra, and then I have one that's in Kumasi, and I use them for different things. So one, he knows what I'm looking for in the backpack already. I don't have to, he's my main backpack guy. And then my guy in Kumasi, he does all of my fanny packs and stuff like that. So what we do, we started with the backpacks, the full-size backpacks, and then people would say, hey, well, do you have a smaller size backpack? So I'm really listening to my customers. Like, what do you want? People started saying, well, we want, it'd be cool if you had a messenger bag. We launched the messenger bag. It's so interesting because we launched the messenger bag before people said it, and it didn't do well. And so I said I wasn't going to bring the messenger bag back. And then people missed it. And then it was, where's the messenger bag? And so now we have this whole audience just for people who want the messenger bag.
Yeah, because I'm over here thinking, like, I need to get my hands on a messenger bag.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fire.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We did this past summer, fanny packs became a thing. So we had fanny packs that we launched. And now we are about to launch a duffel bag.
Come on, duffel bag. I'm ready for
duffel.
Yeah.
Duffel bag.
Duffel
boy.
bag.
Yeah. And it's because we want to really be a player in the backpack and travel industry.
Yeah.
And so if we are saying that you need to travel to the motherland, our initiative, the Brilliant Black Boys Initiative, which is a study abroad initiative for brilliant Black boys, you have to have travel gear. Your travel gear should represent you, right? And so that's the next phase of business is making sure that we have all things travel.
And so let walk with me on
Okay.
this. And I'm jumping the gun. Well, I won't jump the gun. I'm gonna pivot. So you started with regular backpacks, lessened that because you're listening to the customer base. Went to a smaller version. Hit them with the fannies. I'm not even rocking fanny packs. Then messengers somehow came in style, and boom! Now everybody wants the messenger. Plus, you're now about to hit this travel squad, right? Yeah. Anybody on a plane can rock Africa on my back.
Anybody.
So talk about the importance of this customer experience and listening to your customer, because I think a lot of times entrepreneurs don't understand that you can't just bring to fruition what you want.
Yeah.
You got to bring to fruition what the masses need. Talk a little bit about peel that back.
I will post on social media, what do you want next? And this past summer we want fanny packs. Fanny packs wasn't anything I was thinking about.
They were so on trend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about fanny packs, but they were. And so we launched it and they did well. So well that, if you listen to your customer, they will tell you exactly what they want, the size, the color, what they're into. And so I've started to listen to, we did a purple backpack at one point and it sold out in like 3 days.
Come on, royalty.
And that's what it was called. It was the Royal Backpack.
Come on.
And people, once we sold out, people were like, when is the purple backpack coming back? Like, when is the purple? So I know that I have a customer base that they just like purple backpacks. So we have some customers that have been with us since the beginning and they bought several products. And so most of the time we'll test them, just send a quick email. Hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think about it? And they'll say yay or nay. The first year we did a Kwanzaa limited edition backpack. And this backpack, it was a regular size backpack, but we did vegan leather on it. And we had the African continent in leather on the front. And, I had people were like, well, you need to do the Sankofa. Like, we want to see the Sankofa on the backpack. So for the Black History Limited Edition this year, we added the Sankofa, and so
Listen.
What else? We give the people what they want.
Come on.
Listen. Are you building and curating a product that the people want? Let me take that back. Are you building a business model that is strictly transactional or relational? Did you hear?
Come on.
How many? You guys a line of products, and you said many of your repeat customers come back for additional products. Like, do you want a relationship, or do you just want a one-hit wonder?
I'm sending them emails like, what you want? How
what
you like
you
this?
want? How you like it?
What do you think?
And you know what else that was key?
Come on.
Testing.
A/B
testing. It's important, y'all. We got to do it. It's a must.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, I think we get so caught up in, it's going to be so difficult. No, it's just a simple question on social media.
Yeah.
What do you want?
They make it so easy. Hey, what do you want today?
And you can even poll it. You can poll on social media.
Yes.
Exactly. Here's a quick poll.
That's it. That's what we're here for you.
Yeah. You already know what it is.
That's really it. And you know what else is very important?
What else is important?
It's the marketing side
Come
of it.
on.
Because you just sat here and gave us a whole marketing strategy.
Game.
But just in case marketing, you haven't figured it out and this is your thing and you're starting your business, well, guess what? We got something just for you. Ooh. This portion of the show is sponsored by our good friends over at Edwards Media Solutions.
Yeah.
Do you want marketing that works? Do you want to be able to easily see how your business is growing month over month? Edwards Media Solutions can deliver smart marketing built around your business goals. We've taken the guesswork out of marketing, folks. We can deliver easily trackable results that will help you achieve real growth. Call us today at 832-304-5757 or visit our website at www.edwardsmediasolutions.com. edwardsmediasolutions.com. That's edwardsmediasolutions.com.
Better pronounce the messes.
I mean,
I hear
listen, we
you.
have to enunciate. That's very important.
Pronunciation.
Now, listen, you got a lot going on. You are on calls with people on a completely different continent
Time zone change.
3 times a week.
Lord.
And you have to deal with shipping. You're posting on social media, making sure your customer experience is on point. What are you doing for self-care? How is Shannette Prince sewing back into self to make sure she has the energy to produce and perform at the level you have?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I recently bought like a diffuser with some essential oils.
Nice.
Oh.
On the weekends,
Better set the
I dance in my living room.
You better do it.
I'm dancing. So funny story, y'all. When I was at TSU, I was in the Ocean of Soul for 4 years.
Come on.
Shout out
And
to
my
TSU.
last year, I was like, I want to be in the motion. I want to be one of the dancers, right? I played a low brass instrument. I was the only girl. And all of a sudden, I was like, I want to be a dancer. That didn't go over well. And so on the weekends at home, I practice my dancing. And you know what? That gives me joy.
Yeah.
That's it.
And, it's like I just do that for like 30, 40 minutes. I'm just in the house. I'm rocking out. And
That's dope.
that's my self-care.
Come on.
That's it.
I have a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old who keep me going in the business. So where I would love to go like to the gym. Like I would really love to go, but I want to go to like a Zumba class because I like to dance. I just like to. I like to perform. I'm a performer.
I mean, you lit up when you talk about this dance. Like, I mean, it's almost like we talk about hitting the Powerball or something.
There should be a dancing version of your backpacks. With something on it, some African dances or something. I'm just saying.
on.
That's a limited edition.
Okay.
There should only be like they should be numbered from like 1 to 25.
That's it. And if you ain't in it, you're done.
Done.
It ain't never coming
Come
back.
on. Come on.
But yeah, so that's my thing. Like, I like to read. I'm a big reader, and reading, dancing, and laughing. Like I used to be really, really serious, and I just don't think that there's any need. Like as I see my sons grow up, my 16-year-old, I'm seeing who they are becoming, and that brings me a lot of joy. I'm seeing my son say, "Mom, you need to just calm down," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're right."
Right. Why so serious?
Why so serious? And we cut up, y'all. We cut up in a car. We cut up in the grocery store. Like I'm dancing in the grocery store. It's just, I couldn't have 10 years ago said that I'd be in this place right now to where it's just like things are going the way that I want to say I planned though. There was some groundwork that was done for me to have this opportunity now, but I'm just living in like them right now. Like it's just joy, just gratitude.
Come on, Joy.
Just joy and gratitude right now.
I love that.
Monique said in Discord, dancing is freedom.
Come on.
That's a word. That's a word, Mo.
It
It is.
Dancing is freedom.
It is.
I'm gonna put that on my IG stories with my backpack.
Oh, you gonna dance?
with the Africa on
That's
my
how you
back.
gonna do it? Come on, just show that.
Maybe make you whip around a little bit. I'm just saying. Speaking of the whip around, speaking of the shoulder motion, talk about some of the things you have on rinse and repeat, the things you have in motion that kind of help the business flow so you can have this free time. What are apps you use? What are processes you've kind of built that make this thing run like a well-oiled machine?
Yeah, so email marketing, I use MailChimp. I just found out about Later, the app.
Okay.
So I work with, I do all of my social media posting through Later, which is a scheduling app for Instagram. So on the weekends, on a Sunday, I am writing all of my emails. I am doing all of my social media scheduling, and it just goes through the week. Because we prep the bags and shipping on Thursday and Friday, and then we go to the post office and ship everything out on Saturday. So there is things are just, except for shipping, things are pretty automated for the most part.
Love it. I'm gonna have to check out Later.
I hadn't heard of Later.
Yeah, it sounds like a Hootsuite alternative.
It really is, because I had Hootsuite and
I quit them because it was just
it's too cumbersome.
Yeah.
I just want to post. That's it. So Later is really
user
good.
friendly.
Yes.
So Later is that.
Later
Sounds
is that.
Okay, let me go ahead and add Later as a note.
Later.com. Yeah, that app is really good. So as far as like paying my suppliers in another, I use, what's this app that I have? It's World Remit.
Okay.
So I used to go to Western Union, so I'd have to go to the bank, then go to Western Union, and I cut that out.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
Now I just use WorldMit to pay my suppliers. I have so MailChimp, they have an app on your phone, so I'm uploading pictures that way, and if I need to get on my computer, I do so many things from my phone.
Isn't it something?
Yeah.
How it's become my true personal computer.
Yeah,
In our
it
pocket.
really is.
Yep.
It really is. Later, MailChimp, and then the Facebook and Instagram apps.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got to keep your social media people right.
You have
that's
to.
that's where your marketing is. That's where your testing group is. That's where all kind of opportunities is on social media. Speaking of opportunities, and as we kind of transition a little bit into the future, talk a little bit about some of the opportunities you perceive coming up, especially like this travel line and some of these other things. What does that look like 5, 10, 20 years from now?
So the sole purpose of the company, besides the backpack, is the Brilliant Black Boy Travel Initiative.
Okay.
So a lot of the focus, people see the backpacks. The backpack is the vehicle in which we can get black boys to study abroad, honestly. If it wasn't for the social enterprise of the business, I don't know if I'd be doing the business. So the goal is to be able to take, and I call them Brilliant Black Boys, brilliant black boys to see the world every summer. 10 to 15, 20 boys every summer to go do study abroad. Ultimately, I'd like to have my own factory in Ghana to where I can really control everything that's going on. Because right now I have suppliers and we work really well together. But I think if I had my own little thing there, things would be a lot more efficient. I would say that things would be more efficient.
You have more control.
There you go. Control is the word. Yes, control is the word. And then also just having a facility here to where things are stored. I have a couple of seamstresses if I want to just add, I don't know, a logo or a patch onto the backpack. And it's something that I think of right then on the spot. I would love to have people here in the States that are working on that.
Yeah, I may have a tailor I can recommend for you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah, come on. That's how we
Yeah.
do. We
Yeah.
just put
I mean,
the
that's all
idea out. I may have somebody.
That's all it is. Because I already got 2 ideas that we need to talk about too for the travel perspective.
Yeah, I got something too.
yay.
I can't wait till after the show.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
All kind of stuff I want to do.
Speaking of control, there's something that I think we forget that we do have control over. And Jesus gave me the idea. It's just our image, our appearance, and the clothes that we choose to wear. We control all of that.
Yeah.
And then oftentimes we forget that we have a choice to buy where we want to, but sometimes we think of, I don't want to go to the mall because everybody else is wearing that. But it just so happens that this portion of the show, we providing some curated, custom, exclusive pieces just for you by our friends over at Session Boutique.
Yeah.
Fashion is an expression. Beauty is art. Define who you are and simply be is our vision at Session Boutique. We believe our customers deserve the best experience. Therefore, we are committed to delivering only the top quality of clothing for you to choose from. Do you have a special event coming up? Are you planning a birthday party and need that perfect diva dress or outfit? At Session Boutique, we offer wardrobe styling, fashion makeovers, and so much more. Go online today to book your free, free consultation at www.shopsessionboutique.com. That's www.shopsessionboutique.com. Tell them the Sphere sent you.
Tell them the Sphere sent you. I like that. So, talking about this strategic give back. What was the passion behind this, and kind of what do you want to see this look like in the year 2030, 2040? What would you like to see this Brilliant Black Boy initiative appear to become?
So I took my son to Ghana the second time that I went. At the time, he was 14, and we stayed in a hostel. And I just saw this whole other person.
From your son?
From my son.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw him light up. I saw him try new foods. I saw him interacting with people from around the world. And I was like,
Who's this kid?
who is this kid? I saw something that the STAR test couldn't show me. And I think as parents,
That was some shade and a slug. Shades and slugs. Yes. Come on though, keep it 100.
It's real. It's a bug.
Yeah.
no, I saw something that his grades couldn't show me. And that's the thing I really got, because I was working in education, I really got caught up on those grades in the STAR test.
Sure.
And you can have all that, but if you don't know how to speak to people, if you don't know how to make, build relationships and network with people, then
Forget
that's
it.
going anywhere.
Nope.
And I saw that side of him. I saw us go to another country and him be able to network and talk and have people make him food because they loved his personality. You know what I'm saying? I had people who want, like, where's your son? Like, we wanted to hang out with your son. And I was like, okay, this is great. He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And it reassured me as a parent that he's going to be fine. He'll be okay. He's going to be okay. And so from that, I wanted to make sure that other boys his age who look like him have that same opportunity to go home and to see who they are and to be around other people who are in power. The whole country looks like you. Like, you are not the minority at this point. You are the majority. And come alive. And then come back to the States and deal with that. But I think to go over there and to be empowered and then come back to the States, anybody that I've talked to that has gone to the continent, they always come back changed.
Okay.
They always come back changed because it's a total different experience than anything else you will ever have in your life.
I mean, I think Kali is one of our guests that was in the Friend of the Sphere and our friend, period. He said it best. Exposure expands expectations. So I feel like some of that is when you go and visit and you come back, it's like a completely different expectation when you're here in the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, how do because you mentioned 10 to 15 young men every summer. How do you select who's going? Is there like a partnership with the school, or someone has to get nominated? What does that look like?
Yeah, so this year will be our first year going.
Okay.
And we won't take 10
Congratulations.
boys. Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you. I'm super excited. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up applications in a few months. And so people will be able to apply, but there'll be an application process where you need to have nomination letters.
Okay.
And,
Is there an age limit? Because I may want to sign up. I'm just saying.
Well, we will need chaperones.
Well, now.
He in there.
Come on my
You know
back.
what? Those brilliant boys need to see a brilliant man doing this thing too.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, I am just a facilitator. It is not my job to try to tell brilliant black boys
Ooh,
what
they need
I
brilliant
just
black men.
I am the facilitator.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I have the idea, I have the connections, I'll put it together. Which is what I've done. It's no different than what I do for my sons all the time. And so I'm just providing the opportunity for other boys. That's it. Whatever I would want for my sons, I want it for my sons' friends. I want it for the boy who lives down the street.
Yeah.
It's
It's community.
Come on.
community.
Yeah.
So, whatever I can do to help, because the way I look at it is, my son is going to come into contact with you. I want you all to have like minds. And the only way that I can provide that, because everybody's parents can't provide that opportunity, is for me not to be selfish, but for me to operate from a place of abundance and make sure that we all have the opportunity.
Another
Come on,
gym.
abundance.
Another
We ain't
one.
operating from black. We all about abundance.
Come
okay?
on. Come on. And you get a trip. And you get a trip. Yes. I love it. I love abundance. Yeah, well, congratulations again on that, because a lot of people want to do things, want that strategic get back, want to start an initiative. There's not everyone that actually puts plans in place and executes. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank
Really
you.
appreciate that. Definitely got to keep us abreast,
Please.
on when the application process starts, because we
Okay.
like to get that out to get the word out to parents as well. But speaking of getting a word out, there's one last word.
Come on, G.
I've got for you in the form of a question. So check this out. Let's rewind the tape back. I'm talking this initiative that you've done, that you've created. I'm talking the partnerships in different parts of Ghana. I'm talking all the A/B testing with the individuals. I'm talking fanny packs. I'm talking messenger bags. We're taking it all the way back in time to that first trip to Ghana, where you're really getting an idea of the experiences for those individuals. We leave you with the idea and everything that you've experienced as far as the knowledge of it, but we slide you some seed money. How would you handle building Africa on My Back this time around that you didn't initiate or improve upon the first time?
That is a fantastic question.
Mm-hmm.
Seed money?
Come on.
Ooh.
Come on.
I think that my product, I mean, I still had to go through the A/B testing, but I would have been able to spend more time with my suppliers to sell them on what we were trying to do earlier, which would have allowed us, the quality of the product, like the first couple of times, would have been better. And then marketing, like, you know, we're marketing now, but to have money on the front end to market, would have been a game changer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we market now really well and people know about the brand, but to have that on the, when we first got started, I think we'd been having a different conversation.
The power of marketing, working with the suppliers, and then making sure that I had enough inventory. You know, inventory, without inventory, you don't have a business. So, and there have been times where we had built momentum and ran out of inventory, and because there is a turnaround time for them to make the bags, and then
Got to get it
here, then, you know, the momentum is gone. And so I found myself always having to start over. This time, Black Friday sold out, and I didn't get products in again until like Christmas time. Well, Christmas time was a huge season.
Yeah.
You know, so I should have been prepared for Black Friday all the way leading up to December. Yeah. And we ran out of backpacks, you know, so
that's an excellent gift too.
Exactly. So people wanted it to give as gifts, and I did not have backpacks.
That would be a dope white elephant gift.
Can you imagine?
Ooh.
With the meaning behind it?
I just got my 2019 white elephant on. I hope ain't nobody watching, because you know what you're getting.
Right.
So yeah, but now we're building momentum and things are going fine. So now it's like, nope, you know, I don't care how much, what the cash flow look like. You know, we're going to go to the line of credit and we're going to get the backpacks
in.
Leverage your credit.
Come on.
Because money is to be leveraged,
Ooh,
not spent.
And it's because of those gems, my dear. It is because of what you've been through. Yeah. It's because of Africa on My Back that we would like to officially coin you a startup master.
Hey.
So let everyone who's listening right now, watching us, let them know where they can get your product, order a backpack, connect with you, whatever it takes. Send a smoke signal. Where can they get with you at?
Signal. We are AfricaOnMyBack.com. That's the website. We are at Africa on My Back on Instagram, on Facebook. We are Africa on My Back. Pinterest. We have a Pinterest. We are just Africa on My Back. You can Google it, and we're going to pop up.
That's how it's got to be. Googleable.
You can Google it.
Google it. Google me, baby.
Google it.
Yes,
Google
indeed.
Google
well, thank you again. We truly appreciate you. And we're happy to support Africa on My Back.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Great, y'all.
Most
I'm
welcome.
So excited.
We are too.
Yes, indeed. KG, where can the good people reach you at?
Good people, you can reach me and follow me across all social media platforms. That's right. My YouTube is LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Twitter. You can follow me at or go to kogpassion.com. That's where you can catch me across all those social media platforms. What about you, G?
Of course, anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. Got any questions about what we do here on the show? Shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or hit us across any social media platform at the Sphere TV. Use our coveted hashtag StartupMasters, and we will definitely get back with you. This has been another
one.
Excellent episode. We'll see y'all next time, folks. Peace.